Is moral realism compatible with free will? Imagine a world where moral truths exist independently of our opinions. This is the essence of moral realism. It claims that there are objective moral facts about right and wrong, similar to how mathematical truths operate. Now, let's consider free will. Free will refers to our ability to make choices that are not completely determined by past events or outside influences. It suggests we can act based on our own reasons and desires. The big question here is whether these two ideas can coexist. Can moral realism, with its objective truths, allow for the freedom to choose? First, moral realism does not deny free will. In fact, it provides a framework where moral agents can exercise their freedom. When we recognize moral truths, we can make choices that align with them. This means our decisions can be meaningful and informed by objective standards. Next, let's think about moral obligation. Moral realism suggests that moral facts tell us what we ought to do. If we did not have free will, moral obligations would lose their significance. For instance, if we were forced to act in a certain way without choice, how could we be held accountable for our actions? Therefore, moral realism assumes that some form of free will is necessary for moral responsibility. However, some people argue that if moral facts are fixed, they might limit our choices. They worry that rigid standards could restrict genuine freedom. Yet, moral realism does not force anyone to act in a specific way. It simply states that moral truths exist, regardless of whether we choose to follow them. We still have the freedom to accept or reject these truths. Moral realism can also be divided into two main views: ethical naturalism and ethical non-naturalism. Ethical naturalism sees moral facts as part of the natural world, while ethical non-naturalism views them as separate from it. Both perspectives maintain that moral facts exist independently of our minds, and neither conflicts with free will. They provide the objective standards that help guide our actions. In political philosophy, moral realism plays a significant role. It supports the idea that laws and policies should be based on objective moral truths. Free individuals can recognize these truths and choose to follow them. This connection between moral realism and free will is essential for accountability and justice in our political systems. Overall, moral realism and free will are compatible. Moral realism gives us a framework of objective moral facts, while free will allows us to engage with these facts through our choices. Moral realism relies on free will to make moral responsibility meaningful, and free will depends on some objective moral standards to guide our actions. This relationship enriches our understanding of ethics and morality, showing that we can hold moral truths and personal freedom together.